Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com. And in this video, we're going to talk about the infamous letter that TransUnion has sent out to everyone who is starting to dispute
Returning visitor.
credit on their credit reports. This is the letter that they're sending out all over the country. And one of the things that I want you to know is that this is not new. They've actually sent this letter uh, over time for years. I can think all the way back to 2006, receiving this type of a letter from a client that we were working with. And I think it's one of their stall tactics. It's one of their scare tactics because the way that they're explaining things in here, it's very confusing. It's, I think in a way it borderlines on telling people not to institute their rights to be able to choose whoever they want to work on their credit. And also, if they got a letter that was maybe put together by a company like mine or some other company, that they can't use that information to work on their credit. So here's the letter here. I'm going to read from the top line. It says, "We applaud your recent efforts to take charge of your credit. We want you to know that we're on your side and we're here to help support you on your path towards credit health." And they use the word health. They use that word for a reason. The reason why they want to use that word is because health is one of the things that will trigger inner feeling inside of you. If they were to say your credit journey, it would trigger. But to use the word health, you either have good health or bad health. Uh, we recently received a request that included your information, keyword, included your information, but it didn't appear that you or a properly authorized third party sent it to us. Properly authorized third party, appear that you, appear. How can they use the word appear? They're saying appeared. Well, what if I did send it? Does it still appear that way to you? The other thing is that we recently received a request that included your information. It included my information. I'm talking about the client because you have to prove your ID, you have to prove your identity, you have to prove your address to be able to dispute. This is the rules that they set up. So it included the information that TransUnion wants you to include, but it doesn't appear that you or a properly authorized third party sent it to us. Using the wording that they have in this letter doesn't appear that you is, are you saying that I'm not smart enough? I'm talking about as if I'm the customer. Are you TransUnion saying that I'm not smart enough to put a letter together that would dispute the information properly? And then it says, or a properly authorized third party. Look at how they're using that word and how it can confuse. It doesn't appear, I'm going to read it again, but it doesn't appear that you, the person, this client, or a properly authorized third party. So they're not saying that the letter that disputed was not properly put together. They're trying to either put it on you as that you're not smart enough to make this type of dispute, or an authorized third party sent it, is not authorized to send it for you. TransUnion does not authorize authorize a company to send anything on your behalf.
Returning visitor.
They do not have that permission. You can have anyone send anything on your behalf that you want. Does TransUnion authorize, uh, ask you if a debt collector can place information on your credit reports if you didn't authorize it? Do they ask you? Or what do? They allow them to place it on there because if you don't respond within 30 days, they get automatic authorization to place it on your credit reports. We take the privacy and security of your data very seriously. So we won't process requests unless they come directly from you or an authorized third party. If it comes from the individual, how do they know it did not come from you? Are they basing that on because they don't think that you're smart enough to put together a dispute letter that had the laws and everything that they have to do have to check in their investigation? They're saying that you shouldn't know that. If you're working with a third party, such as a credit repair company or credit clinic, they have to identify themselves,
Returning
their
visitor.
communication to us, and provide proof that you've authorized them to communicate with us on your behalf. So they're saying that even if a letter is sent to them directly for you, that they still want the credit repair company to say that, want you to say that I want you to work with them, even though they're going to send the results for what was done for you back to you, or they're going to send it to your monitoring service. I don't know. It's important to know that if you see something on your TransUnion credit report that you believe is inaccurate, you can dispute it easily with a secure
Returning visitor.
your own for free, which no everyone knows that, without paying a fee to any company. Everybody knows that. And I'm not afraid to tell people can work on their car for free without paying a company. People can work on their house and do it for free without paying a company. People who own those companies don't try to tell you not to do it. People who own those types of companies don't say if you want to work on your own house, you have to get authorization. Uh, I think that this letter is so confusing, and that this letter needs to be changed. This letter needs to be reported to the FTC, because what it's doing is it's confusing people of their rights to have people, companies, or an individual work on their credit without having to have added layers of permission to be added to make it harder. I can tell you that when a third party is involved with helping you repair your credit, things can get done a lot quicker. That's why we made this into a business. But when you send the power of attorney to the credit reporting agencies, it makes it easier for them to disregard your disputes. And I want to show you something to prove that. Okay, I couldn't find the press release from the Federal Trade Commission, or CFPB, Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, where they stated that only 2% uh, of people who disputed got relief, and you can see the reasons why. But uh, I showed you the letter that TransUnion sent back to a client. And so now they're stating in that letter that they don't believe that that individual put that letter together. Right here on the FTC website, it has a template letter that they give you in a guide. Are they going to turn down if you download this letter that's given to you by the CFPB? Are they going to say that because you used a letter that they gave you and put your information in there and sent it to them? Are they going to say that it doesn't look like you put that letter together? That's why this is very confusing. This is a way to make people not want to go through the hassle of doing anything, and it discourages some people, because they're like, hey, what am I supposed to do? Go to school and learn how to put all of this together? Am I supposed to read the hundreds of pages to the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act and then construct a letter? Am I supposed to learn how to do all of that? So this is just something that they do, and you just have to continue working. Like I always say, continue working hard, and that's how you're going to get results. So if you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, What Makes Us Different. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com. If you have debt collectors coming after you and you want to try to stop them or slow them down so you can at least get a handle on your situation, I give you my three letters. The links to those are below. My cease and desist collection activities letter, my debt validation letter, and my statute of limitations letter, which will stop all collections that are coming after you that are past the statute of limitations date. Thank you for your time. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of the CreditRepairShop.com.